Good morning, this Thursday, the 9th of March. I'm Grady Wolf, a market analyst with Bell Direct. The local market closed in the red yesterday, making the RBA-rate announcement rally very short-lived, as investor sentiment was dampened by Fed Chair Jerome Powell, saying interest rates need to go higher for longer in order to tackle the stubbornly high inflation in the US. Energy stocks were the worst performers yesterday amid a dive in commodity prices. Nanosonics outperformed the local market yesterday, rising over 7.5% despite no price-sensitive news out of the company yesterday, while Ramelius Resources weighed on the market, tumbling almost 11% amid the declining price of gold yesterday. In Europe overnight, markets closed mixed as investors continued digesting those remarks made by Fed Chair Jerome Powell. The Stock 600 closed 0.12% higher, Germany's DAX added almost 0.5%, the French CAC lost 0.2%, and in the UK, the FTSE 100 rose 0.13%. Wall Street has just closed for the night, and it was turbulence on Wall Street in the session in the US following the release of stronger than expected JOLTS and ADP jobs data, in a sign the labour market remains very tight in the US, adding yet another reason for the Fed to continue its monetary tightening policy for longer. The number of job openings in the US fell by 410,000 to 10.824 million in January, above market expectations of a decline to 10.5 million. The Dow Jones fell 0.18%, the S&P 500 lost 0.14%, but the tech-heavy Nasdaq rose 0.4% on Wednesday. Commodities have been a driver of material stocks being sold off locally this week, but we have seen a slight rebound in some key commodity prices this morning. Oil is still trading lower by around 1.6% this morning at $76 and 34 cents a barrel. Gold is up 0.1% at $1,815 an ounce, and iron ore is up almost 2% at $129 a ton. The Australian dollar is buying 66 US cents at 90.5 Japanese yen, 55.55 British pence, and 1 New Zealand dollar and 8 cents. Ahead of the local trading session here in Australia, the SPI futures are anticipating the ASX to open 0.45% higher despite the turbulent session on Wall Street overnight. Stocks going ex-dividend today include Mineral Resources, Monadelphous Group, IDP Education, Perpetual, BHP Group, Rio Tinto, and CSL. If you've been thinking about these stocks, it might be worth considering buying in today, as stocks going ex-dividend generally trade lower on the ex-dividend date. And now let's dive into some trading ideas for your consideration today. Bell Potter has upgraded the price target on Avita Medical from $4.20 to $5.60 and maintain a buy rating on the company, following the company announcing a major upscaling of its US sales force and ahead of the FDA label expansion approval due in June for trauma and vitiligo. Bell Potter sees the company has a strong balance sheet and has solid revenue base in the existing burns business to fund expansion and upscaling in the US. And Trading Central has identified a bullish signal on Nanosonics following the formation of a pattern over a period of 34 days, which is roughly the same amount of time the share price may rise from the close of $4.87 to the range of $5.70 to $5.90, according to standard principles of technical analysis. And that's all we have time for this morning. Have a wonderful Thursday, and as always, happy investing.